Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be learning about how to build terrain. So one little trick I learned is if you're making like a battle royale map, if you go into the Kevin Floating Islands island to make your map, if you delete all the islands, and you can use the water as like realistic water for your map to go around your island. So if you're going to build a battle royale island, if you get the shark cliff gallery and you get these pieces, then you can use them on grid snap 2 to build like this, and they all line up perfectly to make like sidewalls and stuff. And then for the top you want to use the grass ones, but for the bottom you want to use these regular ones because it uses less data that way. Another good thing about using the Kevin Floating Island gallery is that this water you can use fishing holes and boats and surfboards and all in. So it's just really good because if you go in the galleries and stuff and pick out water and place it down, it doesn't work for boats or anything like that. Cars can't float in it. It doesn't work like real water. So it's a lot better to use this. Now for the top of the island, you're going to want to use either the grass or the flat green pieces right here. Now here I'm going to build like a hill. So this is, you take these corner pieces and then you enlarge them, turn them like I'm showing here, and you build a little cliff. And it doesn't matter if it sticks out the other side as long as it doesn't go too high up, because you don't see that on that side. You want to line these up really well, and basically the way this works is the more time you put into lining these up correctly, the better it'll look. And if you really put a lot of time into it, you can make a really nice looking hill. And also, if you can now go down a lot lower than you could before to the bottom, while you can go all the way down. But it doesn't. You can actually make your island touch the bottom of the water. I'd recommend starting at the bottom. I forgot to do that here. It works a lot better though, if you really want it to be like that. But a lot of maps are actually made to where they don't touch the bottom, and those are always acceptable, because I've seen like lots of LTMs and stuff even like that. But if you really want to make your map stand out, then you can start at the bottom and make it like an actual battle royale island where it touches the bottom. Now I know a lot of people want to know how to make really nice terrain with like the actual battle royale map, because I know this doesn't look as good, but if you do put enough time into it, I think you can make it look that way. But there are other ways, like if you do take a rock and enlarge it, and then like you can make that look like a good terrain. The only problem with that is that that's breakable. So like if you're trying to make battle royale, you don't use an enlarged rock, they can just smash your whole map down. But if it's a map where you can enable a setting to where you can't break anything, or at least like structures and such, and you can only break buildings. But anyways, you see how I make the pieces smaller and smaller as I go down? That's because it helps you be able to line it up better. And also sometimes you just can't reach the bottom with the big pieces. And eventually you could technically use small enough pieces to eventually get to the bottom and make it look perfect. But the way I do it in this is I just turn them sideways and line them up like that. And once you get lower down, you don't need to be as perfect with it. You see all these cracks. That's not a big deal, like, unless if you're like really care that much. But you can make it look better. It's not that hard. It's just something that takes time, and it's always the stuff that takes time, and really it's not that bad. Like, you can't really see that very easily. And as I get lower down, smaller pieces so you can get to the bottom. Then eventually I curve the pieces so they fit in, so that way you can, like, because I don't want to smaller pieces, because eventually you get to really small pieces and you can't really see what you're doing. And at that point it really doesn't matter. and you can't even see that far down most times, but I like to finish it off anyways. I'm planning on making more videos like this, like Fortnite creative videos, like with bridges and devices and terrain. I'm starting with this one. This one's like, I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet, but something about terrain, maybe battle royale terrain, because this isn't really the only kind of terrain you can do. I'll probably make this video a battle royale terrain video, then I'll show you that thing I was talking about earlier with enlarging rocks, or that might honestly just be a short, because that's not a very complicated thing to do. But you'll see here how I start lining these up so that way they fit on there, and how it really looks really nice when it fits together like that, and it's like a perfect ramp. And you can just kind of move these around if you can make it work. They look really cool like that if you do that correctly. It's a hard thing to do, sometimes it just doesn't work. On certain ways they end up. Yeah, but you'll see how this is like, you're gonna have to line up your pieces with the mountains and stuff, and you're gonna need to put it in a corner. Either that, or you can just curve it more. Like you can make, if you want to put it against a flat wall, you just make like a U-shaped one and you go all the way around. But here I just adjust the terrain to fit the mountain. And a lot of this terrain takes time. It's honestly better most times to use pre-made terrains, because it's just more effective that way. And there's nothing really wrong with any of the pre-made terrains. They're all really good. I like to use the, I forget what it's called. It's got a river down the middle. It's got 2 spaces. I usually do that for, like, team games. Another thing people really have trouble with is they get impatient when they try to make, like, curved roads and stuff, because you can make one that curves down easy, because you can overlap them and stuff. But when you try to make one that curves up, you have to make it line up perfectly. And if you tried to make this before, you know what I'm talking about. It's very time consuming to line it up so perfectly. It's not that hard, but it's just obnoxious. And it's not the most fun thing to do. But if you put the time in, it actually looks really nice. And you can just make some really nice looking roads and stuff. Also, another thing, when you put builds down on a Battle Royale island, you want to make sure that before you put like a prefab, if you're going to paste that prefab on there, do not put the grass one underneath it. You need to make sure you remove the grass, like the top piece, in that area where you're putting the house, because otherwise there'll be grass sticking through the floor, and then it'll cause you to have to redo it, because if you delete the grass to replace it after you put the build down, it'll break the floor and the build will fall apart if you break all of them. Either that or you'll just have a floorless house. And I've done that before, and it's a really frustrating thing. And I hate when that happens, because I went and watched a terrain video. I hadn't watched the video on building, like the buildings or anything. There's a whole series to it, and I watched the one video on terrain, and then I went to go build my map, and then I saw that they hadn't, like, the grass stuck to the floor, so then I went to delete it. I deleted it, and then it just deleted the floor, because the floor fell out since there was nothing underneath it to hold it up. I always try to come up with ideas for videos, and all I want to do is have someone tell me what they want me to do, because I'll make a video on anything you ask me to make it on, especially since I don't have many people watching my videos. It's not hard to keep up with all of them. So, if you wouldn't mind just commenting down there, I want to see this, because I'll make the video, because there's never anyone who comments on the videos. So, any idea that is from any person and they want to see it, I will make it. Because I just need to make things people want to see, but I don't know what people want to see because no one tells me what they want to see. So I really just need some input, and because I'm basically playing the guessing game right now, trying to do different videos and see which ones do better, see what people like, because I like this, but this person may like something else. and I'm not the person watching the video, so I really just need, I need instructions. I need to know what I'm supposed to do, because I'm willing to do stuff. I'm willing to make the videos. I need to know what you want me to do in the videos. I just need some sort of guidance as to what I need to make, what I need to do in the videos, just what is to be done. Because I see like these big YouTubers and their comment section is filled with stuff they can't even do because they have so many people commenting. I don't have anyone commenting, and I don't have anything that I can do. And if you want a YouTuber to do something you comment in a video, I'll be that YouTuber. Just give me something to do. Anyways, like I was talking about earlier, you see me doing these little sideways ones so they line up with the thing, and it looks pretty decent. It's not as good as the other stuff, but again, you can't even see it really from up there, so it's not really a big deal. Because like you see down there, if you're standing up here, you don't really see that. Anyways, that is about it, and I'll see you guys next time.